architecting enterprise-wide transformation, digital modernization, and cultural reinvention across Fortune 50 companies and government institutions. With a consistent record of mobilizing inclusive tech-enabled leadership, Alex drives measurable impact by aligning data-informed strategies and scalable people solutions. Celebrated as a national voice in HR excellence, Alex has received accolades such as Oracle's 2025 HCM Presenter of the Year, Top 100 HR Global Leader, both 2022 and 2023, and CHRO of the Year by HRO Today magazine. Her influence extends beyond the boardroom with a dynamic network of 19,000 plus engaged followers across LinkedIn and Facebook. Alex resides in Memphis with her 2 daughters who inspire her daily commitment to building empathetic, future-ready workplaces that empower people and shape legacy. That is amazing. Alex, welcome. And we'd like to kick this section of the meeting off by asking you a question. And that question is, would you please share one piece of insider knowledge that many job seekers might not be aware of, but would find incredibly helpful in their job search?
Well, thank you for having me, and it's wonderful to see all of you. It's a pleasure to be invited to be a guest speaker. So, what's one insider piece of knowledge? I will come at this question from a couple different ways. So, from HR perspective, I think the key thing that we are always looking for is people who are seeking to bring value, those who are problem solvers and are able to articulate how they can help make a difference for the organization. And so when you're preparing for your interviews in particular, come at it from a lens of how can I bring value day one? And what are my ideas, thoughts, perspectives based on the research that I've done on the organization on how I can be able to make a difference. Coming at this question from a job seeker perspective, some of the things that I've learned. So one is that I think we're in an interesting labor market, probably one of the most interesting labor markets that I've seen since I would say really since the beginning of the pandemic. I would argue maybe even 2003. And so I think this is an interesting time for people to start thinking outside of the box in terms of where your skills can be transferable, and what are other industries that you may be able to bring additional perspective and value to outside of where your experience has been. So for example, you may have traditionally had a career in retail, but based on some of your experience around supply chain and process improvement, the healthcare industry could be an interesting place for you. And so I think being open to looking outside the box, and considering how your skills can be transferable to other industries, I think can be really beneficial in your job search process, especially during this type of economy.
Was great and very sage advice. I think all of us struggle with that concept of how do we make ourselves come across as being unique to the other individuals that are out there, and tend to sell ourselves short when it comes to our experience. So thank you for sharing that. This is the point in time where we like to open it up to individuals for any questions that you might like to ask Alex.